What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is your boy NarikChase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Super Mario Galaxy movie. It is a 2026 animated video game film, and the film follows Mario and Luigi and their friends who adventure into outer space, where they face off against Bowser and his son Bowser Jr. to save Princess Rosalina. Now, I had a really good time with this film. There was a lot to enjoy about it. That doesn't mean that it's a perfect film. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. The story itself is it's a decent story, but most of the film's enjoyment comes from the heart of it. And there is basically the relationships between the characters. There's the relationship between Mario and Peach. There's the relationship between Peach and Rosalina. There's also the relationship between Bowser and Bowser Jr. Those are the heartfelt moments that make this film pretty enjoyable and make the journey itself well worth the effort. I really appreciated seeing the other characters as well as the world building elements, because I'm a huge Mario fan, although I have pretty much missed a lot of the more recent games, but I am still a good huge Mario fan, and I enjoyed watching some of these worlds that I've played through just be brought to the big screen. The performances themselves are just top notch. Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Jack Black, Keegan-Michael, as well as Donald Glover, Glenn Powell, Brie Larson. Just a great and fantastic cast overall. And I gotta say, I do really appreciate Brie Larson's portrayal of Rosalina. I thought she was good, as well as Glenn Powell's portrayal of Fox McCloud. I do like the fact that he has a lot of screen time in this film. I feel like he had as much screen time in this film as Donkey Kong had in the previous film, and it had a lot of really cool moments as well. But the performances, both by the main and supporting cast, are really good. There's a lot of action in this film, and a lot of those platforming sequences that we've seen in the previous film that correlate into the games, and they're done really well. There are some moments where the platforming does translate between the 3D to the 2D of the original games, and it's really good transition as to why they have that. But all the action, the fights, they're just really cool, really intense, and really energetic. I love the animation. The animation style is good, it's fluid. I love the bright colors, the detail, the representation of a lot of these great characters we've seen in the games. There are a lot of really, and again, it feeds into the great action sequences. They're pretty fast paced. It's just a great looking film. Just got a lot of energy to it, a lot of brightness to it. Even the darker areas look really good and highly detailed. There are a lot of Easter eggs. If you're a fan of the Mario series, you're definitely going to catch them. If there's items, if there's powers, if there's planets, levels, certain guest characters that pop up, you're going to love them. You're going to want to see them. That's one thing I can say about the Super Mario movies, is that they do have those. They're very enjoyable to try to pick out who these characters are, or what this certain line came from, or what this certain item is, or what game was featured in. So I really dug that. And again, along with the Easter eggs are the guest characters, Star Fox being the most prominent. Just a lot of great Easter eggs in the films. The music itself is really good. I really enjoyed it. I dug it. I thought it was really great, energetic. It felt like it was put in there for purpose, and it definitely works for the film. But that's not to say that the film is perfect. As I said earlier, there are some story beats that could have been ironed out a little bit better. The little subplots between the character and their relationships works really well. The overall plot itself is a decent story, but just not as deep as it could have been. Also, there's a thing where the main antagonist of the film is Koopa Jr., Bowser Jr., and there's no mention of the Koopa kids. So I'm like, well, Bowser Jr. wasn't really mentioned in the first film, and even though it makes sense how they set up the story for this film, why they didn't bring up the Koopa kids, the other ones, Ludwig, or any of the other ones. So I'm interested to see if they are going to be in the next film, and just understand, at least bring up what they're doing or something. I don't know. Also, Fox does a lot of really cool things in the film, but I do feel like he's underutilized, especially during the last act. He does a really cool moment, but during the last act, I wish he had a bit more to do. But he's actually really cool in the film. There are some subplots that are kind of introduced, but not really fully fleshed out. They kind of brought up, but kind of dropped off. And this is kind of goes to these type of films where there's a lot of action, there's a lot of flashy entertainment, but it does pull down the substance of the story in favor of the action. But having said that, this is actually, to me, a good film. I think if you like the first film, you'll like this film too. It has a lot of great action. It has a lot of great Easter eggs. There are some good heartfelt moments to it. It just, sometimes the story just feels like it ramps up more action than it does depth of story. But that's not to say that that's like a completely bad thing. I thought the film was actually pretty entertaining. I liked the characters, the performances, the action, the visuals, the music. Just thought it was a thoroughly entertaining film. And I will say, Super Mario Galaxy movie definitely deserves 4 out of 5. Definitely, they're getting better with the video game movies, and this is definitely a good just a good entertaining watch, and there's no reason why, it's not hard to figure out why it at this point made $1 billion. But looking forward to seeing the next Super Mario film. And guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what are your thoughts? Did you like the Super Mario Galaxy movie? Did you not like it? Who should be the guest character for the third film? Me, I'm thinking it's Kirby. Kirby is going to be the next character that we see in the film, but knowing Hollywood, they're probably going to try to shove in 2. But I'm thinking Kirby is definitely going to be the next guest character in the next film. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on in this channel, and we'll definitely catch you guys later.